Hello, people. I think we are live again for episode number 3, and you are all welcome to be here with us. Here we have, of course, the best ones, Ahmed and Nikita, and myself, of course. And how are you guys today?
I'm doing well. What
Great.
about you,
I'm good. I'm
Nikita?
good.
hmm I know you guys had a busy week. Um, Ahmed is working with his final exams for school. How is it going?
It's going
Too many
well.
tests? Yeah.
Yes. Like
Mhm.
all students here in Palestine are having
Mhm.
like midterm exams,
Mhm.
so we need to like teach them in order to bring
Mhm.
full marks as usual. So yeah,
Mhm.
we're doing our best, right?
Yeah. What about you, Nikita?
Yeah,
How
I'm
was your
also.
week?
It's been busy as usual,
Yeah.
and yeah, and a bit stressful, because like you have to do this thing, but you don't have enough time to do that, so you end up doing another thing.
What
You
is a
know?
stressful week for Nikita? Tell us. What is a stressful week for you?
Okay, it's when you have maybe 6 hours sleep
Mhm.
on the
Mhm.
average every day.
Mhm. Okay.
Uh, you, I'm not finished yet.
No,
You
no,
can,
no. I
yeah,
know.
you
Uh,
come back home maybe, well, at 8 p.m., maybe at 9,
mhm.
and you have to do a lot. Like you have to
Mhm.
do this assignment, you have to finish that assignment, you have to
Mhm.
start another assignment, and
Mhm.
it's like 5 days, 5 days out of 7. This is
Mhm.
happening, and then at the
Yes.
weekend you just pass out.
Mhm.
That's it.
You pass out over the weekend. That's a nice thing. What about you, sir? How was a hectic week for you, Ahmed? Tell us.
You are so lucky to have 6 hours of sleeping, Miss Nikita.
Okay,
Because we have
okay,
uh, a lot of works to do with the
Okay.
students, because you know that there are some people, them students, or some students who
Mhm.
didn't study during the first term at school, so they came in the last day and say, please
Mhm.
teacher, I'm in the middle of nowhere, please help me. And you need to stay by his side
Yes.
or her side, give him everything in just two
Yes.
or 3 hours a day. And you can't say no, because this is your duty. This is what
Mhm.
means to be a teacher.
Mhm.
And even at the night,
Mhm.
students are studying now at the schools,
Mhm.
and I still having like questions on my WhatsApp.
Mhm.
Please teacher, I'm stuck on this, I'm stuck on that. And you need
Mhm.
to answer them to be a good teacher, because they need you in this moment more than ever. So
mm,
like every day, I sleep at 12 and wake up at 5, because I need to be at work at 6. So yeah.
Make milk bottles during the early morning time
Uh,
for Omar.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Ivana, welcome. How are you doing? Tell us, how is your daily routine as a teacher, because we are talking about this. I and Nikita was telling his routine to us, and
yeah.
also Ahmed. Well, mine I think is a little bit close to Ahmed's, because I wake up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I start working at 8 a.m. So I have to get everything ready, and when I'm not teaching in the morning, I am producing videos for the other social medias that I have. And then, because now my life is so crazy, because I have students around the world, so I have to be working with my time zone because I have to. Oh, my wife laughs at me because I say that. Oh, today I go to Palestine, and then I go to Egypt, and then I go to São Paulo, and then I go to Rio. I travel the whole day, you know. But when it's in Brazil, it's easier. But when I have classes with Ahmed, for example, and also with Karim in Egypt. I have to be watching my clock and not to lose it because I'm really bad with time zones. But everything's fine now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a
Mm-hmm.
crazy life, you know. So, and I finish work literally at 9 at night for me. So it's an insane routine, you know, because you have. I like to call my schedule as a juggling schedule, you know, because there are students who don't change their schedules, but there are students who come to me and say, hey, I can't have the class today, can we rearrange for tomorrow? And then I do my best to help them. But as my wife says, and as my parents also say, I do what I really like, because if I didn't like teaching as much as I do, I would have gone crazy already, or have ending up having to go to the doctor. I don't know. So
Mhm.
it's crazy, but it's nice. What about
Yeah.
you, Ivana? Tell us in the comments how you deal with your schedule as a teacher. While
Okay,
she writes her answer, so what you guys think we should talk this week? What was interesting that we could talk this week and inform people about?
uh,
There's any grammar point, any English part that you want to say, like the articles, for example?
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start with articles, and maybe
Okay.
uh, till other people come and join us
Yeah.
here. We
Mhm.
can talk a little bit about how was our
Mhm.
first year at university while we
Mhm.
were
Mhm.
studying English. Like,
Oh,
how was
that's a
it,
good
Nikita?
one.
Any
Hmm.
challenges? Any
Yeah.
like stupid moments?
Since
And
the moment that you received the news that you had passed, that you would start university, tell us, Nikita.
I mean, it was a good, it was a good thing just to
Mm.
like to receive those news. I mean,
Mhm.
and I don't know if you felt like that, when you start something new, when you go to a new
Mhm.
place. I think you must have, right? You must have. A bit
Mhm.
exciting, a bit nervous because you don't really
Mhm.
know the place that well,
Yes.
and but happy, really happy.
Mhm.
That's I guess how everyone feels.
What about you, Ahmed?
for me was great news, but for my family wasn't,
Mhm.
because
Why?
my family didn't want me to join English department because they wanted
Mhm.
me to study engineer
Ah.
Mhm.
because I was in the scientific stream and they really wanted me to study engineering.
Mhm.
So when I got the like, yes, you can study at our university, English department, English literature, English translation, and I was like, I wasn't that good in English. Like it
Mhm.
was hard to me, but I loved it at first, and that what make it easier or
Mhm.
easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I remember the first year, like we were like 12 people at the class because no one study English here. Like
Mhm.
very few people who study English in
Oh,
Palestine
okay.
or in
Mhm.
Gaza, to be
Yeah.
specific, and especially like English literature. Like
Uh-huh.
very few people study this
Mhm.
session. So I
Yeah.
was like in the middle of nowhere. We are very few people. The teachers just or only speak English, and we are like
Mhm.
fresh students. We don't know that much in English. I
Mm-hmm.
found it hard at first, but thanks
Mhm.
God that they were speaking English because that thing helped me a lot. Helped to improve my listening skill.
Yeah.
Helped me to search and Google more about everything I hear.
Mhm.
So my advice for learners: never feel like if the speaker or if the teacher speak only English, that will help you, even if you don't understand
Yep.
everything he says
Yes.
or she
Yes.
says, because that way you
Mm-hmm.
will practice to hear more and more, and that thing will improve your English for real.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
And
agree.
what about you, Rod?
Before telling my story, I am going
Mm-hmm.
to put Ivana's comment.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I usually have 7 lessons. I start at 8 a.m. and I teach students again, students aged 10,
Aged.
15 years old. That's
Yeah.
nice.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's 7 classes is a good number. Well, my
Yeah.
story is the funniest and the craziest because you could think he went to languages and arts right away. No, I didn't. I decided I was a teacher for um, almost, it was 2001. I started teaching in 1996. So I was an English student, an English teacher for 7 years, and I
Mm-hmm.
decided to go to college, but there wasn't languages and arts that I in the city that I wanted to study in. So I started marketing communication. So I went. My first major is marketing communication, and
Mm-hmm.
when I was 2 years into marketing communication, I said, "What the hell am I doing here?" That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then I thought, I am halfway through. There's just another 2 years to finish this major. And I kept teaching English like crazy. And on the last year, I opened my own school, my own English school. And then I said, now when I finish marketing communication, I'm going to study languages. And that's a funny story because I went marketing communication actually helped me to create all the logos, all the colors for my school because it's an open franchising school. I don't have a franchising school. I created everything along with my wife. And then I told her I'm going to languages and art school now. I'm going to college again. And then in 2009, I started Languages and Arts. And
Mm-hmm.
in 2012, I finished Languages and Arts. I was so happy. But because I had a major in marketing communication, I could get my advanced studies when I was in my second year of
Mm-hmm.
Languages and Arts, so I could go to teaching English methodology. So I did my post graduation degree along with my graduation degree. It was so crazy.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and when I finished my post graduation degree in 2010, I was approved for my master's degree in Spain on the same year. So I didn't stop. One thing was related to the other, and then I studied for 2 more years, an intensive study. And then in 2013, when I finished my master's degree in teaching English as a foreign language, I told my wife I need some rest now.
Mm.
I want to have a doctor degree, a PhD in translation. But now my children come first because they have to study. One is a teenager and the other one is going to first grade and everything. So, but I hope that someday I still have my PhD in translations. But it was a crazy life. If you consider my degrees, I have teaching English counseling, which is one, and I have a Portuguese degree because I can teach Portuguese as well, and an English degree. So I have 3 degrees in one single. So if you count all the degrees that I have 5 different degrees. And
Oh,
people come to me and say you're crazy, and I say I know, I'm literally
Yeah.
crazy. So
you are.
but it's really funny the way when we like something, we go into it. But I never thought, to tell you the truth, that I would study marketing communication first before languages and arts. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Oh,
And after this question goes to you also, Ivana. After becoming a teacher, how differently, or after you started college, how differently you started to see the world around you. What do you guys think? Nikita,
Hmm.
you are the youngest. You can go first.
Okay. Okay. Mm, it's it's weird. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, let's say that. Oh well, how can I put it? You feel, that you've got a bit more freedom when
Mm-hmm.
you're at university, and also you feel that there
Mm-hmm.
is more pressure on you because you've got to be organized. You've got
Mm-hmm.
to do it really well, and
Yes.
uh, it's well, if you've chosen the right place, if you've chosen
Yes.
the right major,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel that you are
Mm-hmm.
involved in studying, and so
Yes.
you are kind of happy, you are
Mm-hmm.
interested and engaged in it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, how I felt, yeah, basically all of those things, like engaged,
Yes.
happy that I'm there,
Mm-hmm.
and hmm, yeah, and motivated to do that. That's
Like
it.
I don't want to come back home. I want to stay in at the university. I don't want to go anywhere. Let me be here.
Well, not that much, to be honest. Not that much. But,
Yeah.
obviously, you want to sleep, right?
Yeah.
You want to rest.
I think you have sleeping deprivation problems because you just want to sleep.
Yeah, maybe
Yes,
I
you
do.
want.
Who
Yes.
Oh
knows?
my God. Yeah.
What about you? Like, were you like feeling a
Mm.
bit different at the time when
Hmm.
you were like going through this process, like applying to university
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
I
stuff like that?
too. Yeah, it took me many years, as I told you, to decide to go to university because
Hmm.
I was crazy about English, and I never thought, oh, I need to go to university too. And when I decided, it was everything was so fast
Yeah.
because that's what my wife says. I'm sorry to bring her up so much, but that's true. When I want
Mhm.
to do something, I go to the fullest and to the last point. You know,
Mm.
I do absolutely everything, and I don't give up. And then that's what
Yeah.
happened to me. When I started, I saw that I had finished my master degree and everything was okay. That's what
Hmm.
I thought, but I studied a lot and and I can't regret about it. I don't regret, but it was cool. It was a very cool experience. What about you, sir? What about you,
Uh,
Ahmed?
for me, after university is another life or a new
Mhm.
life for
Mhm.
me.
Yes.
A
Yes.
lot of
Yeah.
responsibility. Like you
Mhm.
were, like when you are in the
Mhm.
army, they get you
Yes.
ready. You
Yes.
train, you make
Mhm.
exercises, and then
Mhm.
you go to the war. And
Mhm.
that I feel the same
Mhm.
after graduating from university.
Mhm.
You need to start finding a job, a lot of
Mhm.
responsibilities.
Mhm.
You will be like someone who other people can count on him. Like you
Mhm.
need to be a responsible guy.
Mhm.
And after university, talking about living here in Gaza,
Yes.
like it's not easy to have a job. It's
Mhm.
like so exhausting. Like between 100, if there is or there are 100
Mhm.
people,
Mhm.
maybe two, three who can get the job.
Mhm. Yes.
So we have lack of
Mhm.
opportunities here
Mhm.
and job
Mm.
opportunities
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
So it was another life for me, but I
Mhm.
love it. I take it, and
Mhm.
I fought to have this life. So I think
And yeah, go ahead. So I
so I think
think.
living or the life after university is much
Uh-huh.
great, like
Mhm.
more than before it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yes.
Mm.
And if you allow me to put my 2 cents in, and I think Nikita is going to agree with me, I would like to let people know that Ahmed being because he speaks Arabic, his English is as clear as water. I think he's so talented when he speaks English because there's not one single word that we can't understand. His English is so much clear, so much. I can barely see an accent from Arabic when he speaks English. It's very hard to see. How could you get to this level to have an English so clear that if a person tells you, I can't understand what you say, I think they might have to listen to it better because you have no problem. Your English as clear as water. Do you agree with me, Nikita? I am
Agreed. Yes,
curious
yes, of
about that.
course, of
How
course.
did you get to that level? How did you get to that level?
Okay, I'm gonna give you the secret. Like
Yeah,
it's not a secret.
yeah,
I'm just kidding.
yeah,
Uh, People used to
yeah,
listen to something before they
yeah.
went to
Yes,
sleep.
yes.
But for me, I sleep on courses. I listen to courses, not
Mhm,
songs,
mhm,
not movies, nothing.
mhm,
And I
mhm,
used to like I hear a lot of English around me, like everywhere, on my like my YouTube, my Facebook, my
mhm,
Instagram. There,
mhm,
I only like give many followings for
mhm.
non Arabic people, like
Yeah,
for the native speakers.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I've never tried to imitate anyone because I
Mhm.
think that is a bad way to speak English. But
Yes.
I tried to listen from a well speakers,
Mm.
like
Mhm.
you guys. I love listening to you, Rod. I love
Thank you.
the accent that Nikita speak. Like he has like smoothie language, like
Mhm.
smoothie accent. I love it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And
Nice to hear
but
that.
I've never like tried to imitate it. Like
Mm.
I'm trying to have my own style.
Yep.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And yes, my advice
Mhm.
is to listen, listen,
I
listen.
I agree, and I need to say about Nikita as well. He doesn't have any accent compared to
Yes.
his language. He speaks English clearly and linearly in a way that there's no problem,
Yes.
I try
and
to.
also as I studied English in Carbon times, as I told you before.
Yep.
So imitation was the only way that we had to practice because we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have
Mm-hmm.
Hello Talk, we didn't have the opportunity to choose in America in between American English, Australian English, or Irish English or whatever.
Yep.
So imitation was really something that we could do. So I could see, and I told you that before, and studying languages at my time was really expensive because even the books that we needed to buy to study, they came from another country. At the school that I used to study, the
Mm-hmm.
books were imported. So today there's a plethora of materials that you can find for free on
Yeah.
on the web. So but I have to say, I am amazed when I see the two of you speaking. As a speech analyst that I am, because that's my area of expertise. Your English is so great, and that's what I wanted to know because we need to encourage people to improve their speech. As
Mm-hmm.
the way that you did. Because I don't like it when people say I can't make it. Yes, you can. You can improve as well as you want it to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Ivona says it was a bit difficult for me in the beginning to teach children because I didn't have any experience. It took some time to get used to all of the things I have to do every single day at
Mm-hmm.
school, and there's
Yeah.
I can say I still learn every day. All of us, Ivona, all of us. Guys, what do you think? I taught children at the beginning of my career, but now I only teach teenagers, and my wife teach the children, and
Mm.
teenagers as well. But how is the experience for you, Ahmed? Do you teach children as well, or just teenagers?
No, no, teenagers. I started
Yeah,
with children, but I found
mhm,
that teenagers like
yeah.
fit me more.
Mm.
And what do you think, Nikita? Do you think it's harder to establish a connection with Teenagers or children? What is your take
Mm.
on that?
I think I think to establish the connection with them,
Yeah.
well, with the
Hmm.
teenagers, it would be a bit easier because they're more
Yeah.
mature, if you will,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
well, some of them understand at that age that yeah,
Mhm.
English is good. English is a good thing to study. They might be
Mhm.
interested in it,
Yeah.
and on the other hand,
Mhm.
children, well, it's like babysitting, isn't it? My friend said that. It's more babysitting. You just
Yeah.
look after them. You say them like you tell them what to do and what they shouldn't do,
Mhm.
and well, there is little learning involved. You know.
Yes.
For
Well,
me,
one. Go ahead. Go ahead.
for
Go
me,
ahead.
I think it's harder to teach children more than
Mhm.
teenagers.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely, definitely.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. When you teach children, you have to have the best teacher to
Hmm.
teach that child. Not in the sense of the teacher is going to be patient, because I think it's mandatory for teachers to be patient, or
Hmm.
else we can be teachers.
Yeah.
But you have to have your best teacher to
Hmm.
teach a child, because let's suppose they teach them a word which the pronunciation is wrong.
Hmm.
If they learn that from that teacher when they are very young, they're going to learn that, and they're going to stick to their minds, and they're going to
Hmm.
keep saying that word wrong for many years. And then when they get a better teacher and the teacher corrects it, it's going to be difficult for them to input that new sound. So as I told you
Yeah.
last week, at my school we start teaching children at 5 years old,
Hmm.
and that's why Talit is so dedicated, because she's also study student counseling, so she can work things out with that. But you
Hmm.
have to have your best teacher to do the job, because like if we put Ahmed's son to learn English and my son to learn English, if they get a middle ground teacher, let's say so, and
Okay.
they learn some words that are not pronounced that way, to change that later, because it becomes a habit, it's going to be
Yeah.
more difficult. So
Sure.
that's why I say, when I had a team of teachers working with me and for me at my school, I told them we need to be very cautious with children,
Hmm.
because children have to have the best understanding and more focus more attention on them. That's my take when we teach children. You know,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
as a student, I'm going to start with you, Nikita. As a student, what was
Okay.
the worst thing for you to learn about English? You said, "Oh my God, this is so hard."
Last time, like, I actually said it last time, didn't I?
Yeah, the articles.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I
okay,
mean, it's so confusing.
yeah,
I told it already, but
yeah.
still, it is confusing when you
And how
have.
long did it take
Yeah.
you to learn them?
To
Or
be
you
honest,
got used to them?
I would rather say I got used to them, not
Okay,
learn them. I got used to
okay,
them because
okay.
Uh, like, let me tell you something. When I
Mhm,
see an article being used, and
mhm.
I just ask myself, why it is like this?
Why do they?
Like,
I love this
no,
question. Yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
mean, when it's something confusing, not just a
Uh-huh.
house,
Yeah.
like, or something like that. No, when it's
Yeah.
really confusing, when you could say and when you could say
Mhm.
and for me as a Russian person, like both of those options, they're valid.
Mhm.
They're
Mhm.
equally valid. But
Mhm.
no, English says no. You have
Mhm.
to say that,
Yeah.
and this is annoying.
I have a tip for you then. If you don't want to mistake them again, when you have to say A or N, you
Mm-hmm.
use a number, like
Number.
one house, one car. So a house, a car. You never
Yeah.
forget them anymore. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
when you want to say Two or more cars, you say the cars. Gone, done. Your problem is gone.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
say a
Okay.
man, one man. Okay, a
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
one man. So two men, no article, because
Yeah.
A and N is one. So just put the number one that you don't mistake it again,
Mm.
and then
Mm.
you're done. Like
Okay. Yeah.
you have four cars. You use a or the.
If I have four cars, then
Yes,
there are many cars. I use
yes,
the. I
yeah.
have.
So
Yeah.
so when you have to say one, you say a. Done.
Yeah.
That's your A or N. I have an umbrella. It's one umbrella. One.
Yep.
Only one. Done.
Yep.
That's how you learn the articles. And when you have proper names, you don't say the rod. You don't say a rod. You say only rod. You
Yeah.
say
Of course.
Ahmed and you say Nikita. But
Yeah.
In Portuguese, the right way to say would be de Ahmed, de Nikita, the rod. We
Oh,
we
really?
have to we have to put the article before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say in Portuguese, just so you know,
Uh huh.
O Rod because it's a male name. O Rod, O Nikita, O Ahmed. We have to put the article before.
I
So,
see.
but
I see.
so when you learn this in English, because people will say like Mary. In Brazil, people
Mhm.
say the Mary. We
The
say
Mary.
Mary's food is here. If you have to
Yeah.
say it, my
Oma.
students, my Brazilian students, they say the Mary food is here, and said no, you can have the D. And then when you teach them that when you have a surname,
Mm-hmm.
like my surname is Castanhas, and you want to say the Castanhas family, you have to put the D because it's a surname.
Mm.
They say, why? You tell me that I don't put the names in proper names, and why do I have to put in the surnames? Then I tell them about the Simpsons. So
Yeah.
remember the Simpsons because it's the family Simpsons. So
Yep.
now
Yep.
they get it, but not to mistake it again. When it's one car, it's a car. When
Yep.
it's more than one car, it's the cars.
The
Done.
cars. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. I see. I see.
And when the country is a confederation like the United States, for example, the United Kingdom, you know that's more than one, so you put the. Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. You're right. Actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because I see it in a simple way, and I say, why are they mistake? Because you had problems with this, right, Ahmed? As
Uh,
well.
Mm.
You
for
don't have
for
articles in your language as
we
well,
only
right?
have we
Hmm.
only have the.
But I and A just think at one. Like because in English we say I have a dollar with me. So there you have the proof. I have a
Yes.
dollar with me. I have
One
$1 with
one
me.
the.
So it's only one.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
And
She's
if
a girl. She's one girl. They are
mm,
girls.
Okay.
More than one girl. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
love to explain tricky things and make them simple. So
Mm-hmm.
because but don't think that I learned that's so easy. Don't take it for granted because I had to study many ways to make it simpler to explain to my students.
Yeah.
Because like when they say the Mary, for example, I said no, it's only Mary, but why? And then you have to give examples and that they don't forget. So let's see. Ivona
Yeah.
writes
Yeah.
more. I definitely prefer she prefers working with teenagers.
Understandable. Yeah.
I have problems with some phrasal verbs. Ivona, let me tell you something. Phrasal verbs, there are books and books and books and books and books on phrasal verbs.
Yeah. It's
In
insane.
phrasal verbs, we just learn them when we study them and when we practice them and when we listen to them. Because
Mm-hmm.
like fuel up, fuel in, fuel out is a good example. Fuel in, you fuel in the blanks, just one line. Fuel
Mm-hmm.
up, you fuel up to the edge of something. Fuel up the tank of the car, for example. And fuel out is when you put all the information in. So we have
Yeah.
to practice the phrasal verbs the best that we can. And I agree with you. I have to teach phrasal verbs every day because my students, I don't know if it happens to you, Ahmed, as well, and also with Nikita, but my students think that learning phrasal verbs, they're going to be speaking like a native person. And that's not much like that, you know?
Yes.
Can
Yes.
I
And
just ask you, man? Can
Of
I just
course,
ask you?
of
Uh,
course.
are they like desperate to learn more and more of them? Oh, not
Yes.
really. Yeah.
They want to learn the phrasal verbs by heart. I say,
Yeah.
please, you're gonna go crazy because there's not you can
Right.
know them by heart, but you have
Yeah.
to use them, you know.
For sure. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
like I think it's more interesting. You explain that there's a difference between get and arrive, which mean the
Yeah.
same,
mhm.
uh,
Hmm.
than being an expert on, oh, I learned 10 new phrasal verbs today.
Yeah.
I really like to study phrasal verbs, but when you know that, because very few people that I know that are non-native speakers, they don't know
Yeah.
that the get and arrive have a difference. Do you
Mm.
know, Nikita, the meaning?
Oh, get and arrive. I
Yeah.
mean, you mean if we
You
say,
say I arrived home or I got home. You
yeah.
can say both,
Mm.
but they have different
Yeah.
meanings, you know?
Hmm.
If I arrived home, maybe can I? Can I?
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure. For
yes,
sure. Hmm.
If I arrived home, so I was abroad or I was in a mission. I was like not in my daily work or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
L-
if I got
Yes,
home after
yes,
daily working day or working
yeah,
day and
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
it. So arrive
Hmm.
and get, they have the same meaning, but arrive is when you something that you do occasionally. Like you
Uh-huh.
can say I finally arrived home, but it gives me the idea that you were away from home in a long time. But when you
Yeah.
say, like Nikita, no, Ahmed works at a school, so
Mm.
he gets to school every day at 8, let's suppose, because
Yeah.
he goes there every day. We
Mm-hmm.
go to the supermarket every week, so we get to the supermarket, we get to
Mm.
the shopping mall. uh, but I say, like, I go to Palestine to visit Ahmed, and I call you, Nikita. I say I just arrived in Gaza,
Mm.
because it's a place that I don't go every
Mhm.
day, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
just arrived in London. It's a place that I don't go every day. I just arrived in New York. It's a place that I don't go every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and get is get to use with situations that you do every day, or
Yeah.
almost every day. Or I got to my mom's. I just got to my mom's. I know that you arrived at your mom's
Mhm.
house because probably you go to your mom. There are people who don't see their mothers every day, but that's an
Mm.
example. I
Actually, I
and
love.
so that's what I mean when I say you can learn phrasal verbs, but there's a lot more that can bring you more confidence to speak, like these different meanings, than only phrasal verbs.
Yep.
Go
Mhm.
ahead, Ahmed.
Yes, and I will give Owana another way, which is easier for me. Like
Uh
when
huh.
you have a phrasal verb, know the literal and non-literal meaning for it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
by the way, if you have a break into, you know that break into means like when you enter a house by force. Like the
Mhm.
police broke into the house and they kidnapped one, two, three.
Yeah.
And also we have break into when you
Mhm.
break
Mhm.
if Rod and Nikita are speaking, so I'm breaking into them, like
Mhm.
I'm breaking into their speech, like
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
learning literal and non-literal meaning of
Yeah.
phrasal verbs that help me to love
Mhm.
them, because I
Mhm.
want to be like a little bit fluent when using
Yeah.
these, like fall into, like I fold into the ground when something happened, and I have
Mhm.
Palestine fall into Asia. So I have
Yeah.
like fall into, but with a
Yeah.
different. So yeah, you can use it.
Uh-huh. We have I agree with you. We have to have the image of the
Mm,
thing,
mm,
not only the translation of the
Mm.
thing, right?
yes.
Hello,
Yeah.
Sida. How are you, my dear friend and student?
Hola,
I
hola,
hope you're
Sida.
doing great as well.
Hey, see
But
that?
but what I really wanted to say for people who are watching us on replay, I get astounded, and it really blows me away to see how clear Ahmed speaks and how clear you speak and the level that you guys know of English, because for me it's so awesome. I think that's why we are the dynamic trio, because you speak so clearly, and it's so good. Of course that we are a work in progress, but the more we speak, the better we get at it. So
Yeah.
I am proud of it. But Sita, tell us in the comments, please, what do you think is the most difficult thing to learn in English? Okay, good that you are okay. What is the most difficult for you to learn in English, Sita? I think I know, but I want you to tell everybody. Ivona, what was the most difficult for you to teach your students? I don't know if you teach English. I think you just teach Polish, but what is the most thing for you to teach in English? What is the piece of grammar, Ahmed, that you think is the most difficult for you to teach your students?
The reporter's speech.
Yeah,
I think when it
I
comes to
go to
reporter's speech,
school. He said that he had gone to school. Yeah.
yes, and
What
and
about you, Nikita? If you
yes,
had to teach someone English,
Yeah.
what do you think? Oh my God, I have to teach articles. That would be your
Exactly.
problem.
Exactly. Because
But
even
but now you
teaching,
learn how to work with articles. Don't tell
yeah,
me you learn
of
how.
course,
Yeah,
of course, of
yeah,
course. Now it's no
hmm
problem. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
but just let's say it's not
hmm
articles. Let's say
yeah,
it's something else. Like
hmm
well, actually, mixed conditional is quite confusing.
yeah. Mixed conditionals. We have to be very attentive. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
it's
yeah,
awesome. It's awesome, but it's tricky, and
yeah.
people use it actually sometimes.
hmm
But explaining this, like,
hmm
uh, it's amazing how
hmm
the language can be so
hmm
well flexible in a way, because
Yes.
you see the past tense and
hmm
the future tense, they're
hmm
like connected at one
Yeah.
sentence, and
hmm
explaining this, it's
hmm
blowing your mind, and not
hmm
only yours, your
hmm
students as well.
hmm Do you prepare your lessons before teaching? Do you prepare your lessons before teaching every day?
for me,
Yes.
at the first year for me, yes,
Yeah.
but now uh, I have them like
And
I
I
Mm.
used to prepare my lessons, but now I don't care anymore. I say to them, ask away.
yes,
If
yes.
I don't if I don't know, we're gonna find the answer. And they tell me, Rod, you say the things like in 2 or 3 seconds, and you give the explanation. And I said, well, it's been some years that I've been on the job, so it's it's really funny. But I think that one of the worst questions that I got was because
Uh,
they wanted it was not even English. They wanted me to translate slang that we have in Portuguese that we didn't have in English.
Oh,
And I
it's
said, there's
tricky.
no way to translate it
Yeah,
because it's only in Portuguese. It's only from Portuguese language. And then he
yeah.
told me, no, but I want to say it. And I remember now, it's not been so many years because it's called A Little Kiss on the Shoulder. A Little Kiss on the Shoulder comes from a song um, that it means that you ignore people in Brazil. A little
Oh,
kiss on the shoulder
ignore.
for you. I don't care what you're saying.
Yeah,
But the translation that I'm giving you is the literal meaning of the song because there's no equivalent in English. Because if
yes,
you come to an English speaker, to a native English speaker, and say, a kiss on the shoulder to you, he would say, what the hell is he talking about? Because they
yes,
don't know what is a kiss on the shoulder to you. Like you can say, I can give you the cold shoulder, I can give you anything else,
exactly. Yeah.
but the person wanted the literal meaning. So let's see Sida's answer. She wrote that. Oh my
oh,
God, Rod, what a question. I'm always struggling with some topics in English, but you always tell me I'm okay. I think I think the phrasal verbs are a nightmare. Yes. Yes, see the
Great. Yeah.
everybody agrees that phrasal verbs, if you wanna, but we don't have to be crazy. Hello, Maga, welcome,
Hey, Mega.
welcome among us, and I hope you enjoy the class today. Um, So, but I really agree. I think it's so funny. Ahmed, what do you think among your students? Can you see clearly the students who are really talented and those who are going to need to struggle with the language?
From the first class, yes.
Yeah,
I can,
me
like,
too.
when I have some talented students,
Mhm.
I make a group for him,
Yeah.
like for the
Mhm.
talented people, and I linked
Mhm.
them
Mm,
to a
Mhm.
teacher from abroad.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
have a
I
project
see.
here in
Yeah.
Gaza. Like, I love to help them. You
Hmm.
see that there are some people or some students here.
Mhm.
They have a great accent,
Yeah.
like better
Yeah.
than the speakers themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I send them for
Mhm.
that project. So yeah.
Yes. No, oh, and what about you, Nikita? Do you think you would be able to teach English to people?
Oh, well, it might be tricky explaining something,
Mm-hmm.
but with some preparation,
Yes.
if I know what I will be talking about,
Mm-hmm.
then of course, yeah, I think I would.
Mm-hmm.
Just it takes some time, to get used to it,
Mm-hmm.
then practice it, and of course you have to be well somehow qualified. I mean,
Yes.
know about the things you're gonna talk about,
Yes.
not,
Mm-hmm.
not just ramble on about something, but
Yeah. Like the beginning of every live stream that you have to rumble on. So I want you
yeah.
to ask questions for the audience. Think of questions for the audience. I'm trying to find something here, but
Okay,
uh,
okay, okay.
do you have any questions?
Oh,
Ask them. Put for
okay.
everybody to bring an answer to us.
Ahmed, what
You
do you
wanna
think?
you
Ahmed,
wanna
you go.
make you wanna make it easy or like
No, no. Ask them some difficulties or some cool thing. Ask something to Mega, Ahmed.
okay,
Meg
Meg.
likes to ask a lot of questions. She's a regular on the channel. She's from India and she's a great girl to
She's a
learn
teacher.
English. Yeah.
She's a
No,
teacher.
she's a good student. Ask her a question.
I want to know what people like, what you are people using for, when you have to write something, you use social media websites or websites in order to improve
Mm-hmm.
your writing or something. And
Mm-hmm.
what websites that you use in order to paraphrase your writing or fixing some mistakes or
Oh,
corrections? And
paraphrasing is good.
yes,
Paraphrasing. If you don't know what paraphrasing is, let me just help Ahmed here. Paraphrasing is when you have to write the same thing but in another way, you know? So,
Yeah.
what websites do you use to study paraphrasing, Mega? Have you ever studied that at school or something? And Nikita, I want you to prepare a question for Sida. Because if I
Yeah.
ask a question to Sida, I'm going to be biased, you know. So yeah,
Okay. Let me think a bit. Let me
okay,
think a bit.
okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because I think that Meg is writing her answer, so we have to wait
Yeah.
a moment
mm,
so you can think about your question to Sida.
Mm-hmm.
She's a very good student. She's a very good
Yep.
student.
Actually, could you put see this comment? It's
Okay, sir.
yeah, yeah.
Which one? This one?
Just two comments above the first one. After hello Mega.
This one?
Uh, this one, yeah, exactly.
I'm becoming better on prepositions because of you, Rod. Everything is because of me. Prepositions are also a tough topic. Thank you, Sida. Thank you. Prepositions are pictorial as well. You have to have the image of the action that you wanna that you want to say. So Mega's asking you to repeat the question, Ahmed,
Okay,
about
okay,
paraphrasing. Say what paraphrasing is again.
okay, okay.
Please.
Paraphrasing is a technique in English in order if you
Mhm.
want to rewrite. Uh, okay, let's have an example. If you have a
Mhm.
paragraph from
Mhm.
school and you need
Mm-hmm.
to write it in another way,
Yeah.
like using another or other vocabularies and
Yeah.
like change the sentence structure itself,
Mhm.
there are
Mm-hmm.
some websites that students use in order um, to use this technique,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know so
Yeah.
for me I use some, and I was
Mhm.
wondering if you use it too. So I think it's
L-
it's great for learners. It
Mhm.
helps. It helps for real.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let me give an example. I arrived at my house.
Hmm.
Paraphrasing the same sentence would be I got home.
Mm,
Done. You did the same thing. Is the same sentence said in another way. So what's your question to Sida, Nikita?
The question is,
She's
Sida,
awesome. Go ahead.
well, yeah, yeah. Sida said that she finds it difficult,
Uh,
prepositions, I mean.
yeah.
And
No,
I'm just,
she thinks phrasal verbs is more difficult than prepositions.
but
You know?
still,
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to ask about prepositions because I'm
Yes.
really curious. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes I find them tricky,
Yeah.
but it's manageable, I would say. It's manageable.
Mhm.
And I'm just wondering why she finds it difficult. Because maybe we are similar in something.
Mhm.
Maybe we find some things, well, difficult. You know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm just wondering why. Why?
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah. The question is
You want to
why.
know why she thinks it's difficult. That's only that. You you
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
were so good to her, Nikita. You
well,
made an easy question. You're awesome. Thank you.
okay. So I'm a
Well.
bad guy now. Okay.
No, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, Mega's
Okay.
gonna be. We just want you just want to know if she has some website that where she can use paraphrasing.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's the only. But we needed to explain what paraphrasing was.
Can
So
I answer Sita's question? She's asking
yeah, yeah. What is?
about
Where
tenses.
is the question about? Oh, there's the mega answer. Thank you for explaining again, sirs. I don't use any websites to learn English. I follow Brent lessons mostly on YouTube and chatting every day a little bit. An English
Hmm.
with an English teacher, he writes long messages. Oh, that's nice. That's her answer. So maybe I think she finished school already. So I think
Mm,
you know,
yeah.
the sense is that what is this? What is see this question that you want to
Uh,
this
sh-
one?
yes, I guess.
And because it's been a long time since I said this one, Nakira, or
Uh,
that you wanted
I,
to
I
say.
I I think Ahmed meant this one. Yeah.
Yeah, go
Ah,
ahead,
yeah.
Ahmed. Yeah,
Okay.
read it
Okay.
out
See,
loud, please. The question.
because it's been a long time since I've studied the basic things, I sometimes struggle with verb tenses.
Mhm.
Sometimes I don't know what tense to use.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it simple for you. Like, try to use simple, present, and past
Mhm.
tense.
Mhm.
Like in everything you say, use these
Mhm.
sentences, and if you have something happening now, use
Mhm.
the present continuous. Like, I'm
Yeah.
studying now. I studied English yesterday,
Mhm.
and I study English like
Yeah.
as a habit. So
Uh
focus on these three tenses, and
huh.
after becoming like perfect on them, go to another one. Don't uh,
Mhm.
don't study all of them as a one package. Like
Yeah.
one by one, one by one. If you start
Mhm.
with these three tenses,
Mhm.
I assure you, you will be better in just a week if you practice them. And
Mhm.
every week have a new tense, like the
Mhm.
future simple, like the past perfect, and step
Mhm.
by step you will be perfect. Yes.
You know, I have a quote on that.
Mm. Yes, please.
The past was yesterday, the
Mm.
present is now, and the future is tomorrow.
I love it. I love it.
I
Cool.
recorded that I recorded that for actually TikTok.
Mm,
As I said, I have this quote because I think it means exactly what you say. The present is now, the future is tomorrow, and the past was yesterday. There's no way to go wrong, you know. So, and also Mega says in the comments that she's reading a book in English, an inspirational book, and also newspapers. Rod helped me a lot. I'm becoming better and better each day. Thank you, Sida. Ivona, I'm not going to ask you a difficult question because you are also a teacher, but I had an interview with you. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to bring that up. And how did you improve your English that way? Because your English is also awesome, you know? Everybody here has very good English, actually, apart from us, of course. You know, the three of
sure.
us, we are the worst ones. So
Yeah.
while Ivona writes her answer to us, I would like to say again that I am so proud of the two of you, that because your English is as clear as water, you know, and
After you,
I
after
get
you,
no, no, no. I get really that's my duty. I am a dinosaur studying English, I guess. You aren't, so but
Oh
your
my
English
god.
is as clear as water. When really the first time I met Ahmed, hello sir,
Oh, hello, man.
this is going to be the mascot for the show. This is
Exactly.
Omar, baby Omar. So he likes to be on camera. He
I
starts
think
laughing.
so.
So yeah, and I'm really proud of the way you learned English and the way you improved your English because like you speak as clear as water. So for me it's really amazing. And I'm so
Mm-hmm.
proud of you, and I'm so proud to be with these people teaching them, you know, and helping them with English. Sida, thank you again. You are so kind. And Nikita, while Ivona writes her answer to us, could you read the week's quote? That's your job. That's your
Sure.
wonderful job.
It's my pleasure, actually. Okay.
Hmm.
Uh, so the quote for this week is this: do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail. It's the quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And I would like to ask you to write that in the comments after we
Okay.
finish
Okay.
because because it's really good. It's really strong.
Yeah,
And
I if yeah, go
I
ahead, go
would
ahead.
like to finish on my part by saying this same quote that I just said. The past was yesterday. The present is now. The future is tomorrow. Where are you now? Are you stuck in the past? Are you in the present? Or are you anticipating for tomorrow? Let's see Ivona's answer. So,
Yeah.
someone, Basmala, am I right? Said hello,
oh,
Omar.
Basmala. Oh, okay. Basmala is my niece.
Okay, okay.
Oh,
Welcome.
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 Yeah.
Nice to meet you. So let's see Ivona's answer. I think
Mhm.
grammar in general is the most difficult for students. Polish grammar is actually very complicated. I don't know how to say anything in Polish, Ivona. One day you have to teach me some words in Poland so I can say, you know? Well, it was another amazing session, and guys, next week we're going to be completing 1 month airing the show. I'm so happy. It's going to be episode number 4.
Yeah, a kind of universal, right?
I think we should have a cake, but we can eat the
Yes,
cake
we will.
together. So to do
Well,
different to make 3 different cakes, it would be
okay.
Yes.
okay. So
Okay.
thank you guys. We gotta go. If you want to join us, it was a pleasure to meet Basmala, right? Am I saying right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
basmala. Yes.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Basmala. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here with us. We're going to be here again next Saturday. And
Yep.
be very welcome as always. And if you have any questions, let it in the comments down below that we reply to your questions next week. Okay? Guys,
Yep.
thanks again. It was awesome. We are heading to Hello Talk in a couple minutes. If you want to join
Yep.
us, I have a half an hour session there because we have a special presentation from a teacher
Yes.
from Iraq. So, thank you so much for being here today, everybody. Bye, Mega. Bye, Sida. Bye, Ivana. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Omar,
Good to
the
see you.
mascot. So see you soon. Thank you. Bye
See you.
bye. See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye, bye, guys.